The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
It's time for a crunch or two. It's time for a little something something. It's time for the Snack Authority. The Snack Authority. The authority on snacks. Snacks of all kinds. From the most common and wildly famous to the most obscure and unknown. The Snack Authority. Snacking all the time so you don't have to.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Snack Authority, broadcasting live from the Studio 21 Podcast Café. The Snack Authority is a weekly podcast where we dig into the history, taste, and flavor of local snacks, national favorites, and yes, even some bizarre international treats, alone or in head-to-head battles. My name is Jess, and with me is our titan of treat trivia, which I do like for Ed.
Whoa, I love it.
And we are actually pretty excited about today's show. I am, at least.
Well, we're very excited.
Like super pumped.
Yeah, because this was a suggestion from one of our listeners.
Sorry, I'm like just crinkling it. I didn't get ahead of us.
Cindy Wolford sent us a message on Facebook and said that we ought to try these, so we're trying them.
I'm pretty excited about this. Like, Cindy, you're good.
Yeah, and I mean, if anybody else would like to ask us to try something, we're always willing.
Almost always willing.
Yeah, you don't want to just leave it wide open.
Like chocolate-covered grasshoppers or something. No.
Oh, this has no grasshoppers according to the ingredients.
And also, it's called the Idaho Spud, but no potato.
No potato.
No potato.
Now, I think maybe shape-wise, it's supposed to be reminiscent of a potato, but potatoes aren't flat on one side, to the best of my knowledge.
Maybe if you just lay them down for a while. Oh, it's just too cute.
It's a nice one.
Wait, chip some chocolate off.
Let me tell you where these came from, Jess.
Please do.
The Idaho Candy Company began as a dream for T.O. Smith in his home in 1901.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Mr. Smith had been a journeyman candy maker in Chicago, Illinois, and Salt Lake City before he moved to Boise, Idaho, to help build the Dewey Palace Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
After finishing the hotel, he found himself out of work and started making candy and selling it door to door.
That sounds like an upgrade, if you ask me.
Yeah, not long after that, Jess, T.O. had 17 ladies making candy.
That's a good amount of people.
Yeah. So in 1909, he teamed up with the Addams Family. I don't think the TV one, but who knows?
I'm just kidding.
They're kooky and they're spooky. They built a modern factory at 412 South 8th Street in Boise. Same place today, Jess. They make their candy there.
That's cool. I like that.
It is.
This is like a happy story. This makes me feel good.
It's good. And I ordered these online, which people can do. You can find the website at idahospud.com.
There's also a phone number you can call if you have questions, comments, things like that. What's the phone number, Ed?
1-800.
It's on the back of your wrapper.
Oh, let me study it.
It makes me smile. This is just what this is.
Okay, 1-800-8-YUM-YUM.
I just want to call it. I just want to tell them good job on the phone number.
I remembered the yum-yum, but I knew it wasn't enough numbers, so that 8 is important.
Mine got a little smashed, and I'm not at all sad about it because now I can see what's going on the inside before I bite it.
There's stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm flipping this up just 1 second, guys.
And Jess is going to have her first bite of an Idaho Spud. She looks pensive.
That thing's awesome.
It really is, isn't it?
It feels like a mousse.
Yeah, it takes you a minute with the texture on the filling. I mean, I believe they call it cocoa marshmallow, but it's not a firm marshmallow. It's got sort of, I don't know if there's another texture quite like it. It's fluffy almost, and then it melts.
Now, we already know about my beloved, and I'm going to go back to it just one more time, at least this episode. This is almost a softer mousse version of the texture of a Rocky Road bar. I mean, it's interesting. It's soft. It's fluffy. It's definitely got the coconut and the marshmallow, but this It melts in your mouth. There's virtually nothing. Like, there's no choking hazard. I could do some damage to a box of Idaho Spuds and not choke on them, which is wonderful.
It's a dark chocolate, but it doesn't have the bitterness that some dark chocolate can. I think it's offset nicely by the sweetness of the filling.
This is fantastic.
Plenty of coconut on there, too.
It's a good amount of everything. I mean, the dark chocolate they use obviously just is a nice dark chocolate. It's not aggressive. It's not going to turn people off if you don't like dark chocolate, because a lot of people have a little thing against it.
Well,
but
they make other things, Jess, that we might have to explore at some point.
Lay it on me while I snag another bite.
They make something called the Old Faithful Bar, the Cherry Cocktail Bar.
That one sounds good.
Huckleberry Gems.
What?
Yeah. And I always kind of liked Huckleberry Hound.
Me too. Precious.
Yeah. So we'll have to look into those in a future episode.
This really has a fantastic texture. Sorry about talking with my mouth full. It's gross.
I know. It really catches you by surprise, but then...
It's not weird, though. It's pleasant. It's different from anything else.
It doesn't quite melt as a whole unit. It almost fragments a little bit.
I don't know. It's like a cross between the Rocky Road marshmallow plus whipped cream.
Yep.
Or like a mousse again. I don't know. This is really good.
Yeah, it's a very soft center.
Good job, Idaho Spuds.
They're doing things right in
Making
Boise,
magic.
Right?
I would go visit. It sounds like a field trip to me.
You think we should check out the factory?
I think we need our very own Snack Authority tour bus.
Oh, that'd be great.
Right. I feel like we'd bring joy to
How about a VW bus or something?
That looks like a Twinkie. I saw one once. I like this.
That would be perfect. Jess, there's been snack news.
Oh, gosh.
You know, Utz.
Yeah. Know and love.
Yeah, they acquired a company called Kitchen Cooked, which you probably don't know, but
I don't.
They've been in business since the 1930s, making products like potato chips, popcorn, cheese curls, pretzels, pork rinds, tortilla chips.
So they got a variety of stuff they got going on.
Yeah, and you know, Utz has been buying up companies as of late. It's believed the primary motivation for the acquisition was to acquire the direct store delivery part of the business. So a lot of these regional companies have their own delivery that they're doing. And
right.
I think Utz is trying to, you know, through acquisition, create a nationwide network so that
That's
they
smart.
can do all their direct store delivery.
That's pretty sweet. I do love your red hot chips. I just had them yesterday, in fact.
The folks in the business just call that DSD, direct store delivery.
I like it.
Yeah.
Didn't know you were going there, but DSD.
Good. And yeah, because you may remember in September of 2019, Utz acquired ConAgra, which brought Hawaiian Snacks, Aaron Snyder of Berlin.
Yep.
I think we reported on that when Snyder went to Utz.
They went to them.
They're all in Pennsylvania, I believe.
Yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm going to have another bite.
I think you should. These are special. These are different.
I like these quite a bit. They tend to be somewhat regional.
You know what? Thank goodness for the internet for us snackers. I mean, without it, where would we be? I would never have known this existed. I don't travel. I'm a house pet.
We didn't know it existed until Cindy told us.
You're a treasure.
Yeah.
You are.
We're going to be forever grateful, shall we?
We shall.
Right.
I know you just had your last bite, but this is... The outside is cracking a little bit, but the inside is holding together remarkably well. I actually would like, if you guys end up trying these, let me know what you think, and if there's any kind of comparison that you can make that would make this make a little more sense in my brain, texture-wise.
Yeah, it's interesting because even when it cracks, it stays adhered to the marshmallow center.
It's bananas, except for this one little piece.
And I would say, for something so well covered in coconut, the coconut clings pretty well to the chocolate. I didn't have a big mess on my hands with this.
Well, my poor little fella, I don't know if I got a little too rough with it when I was opening it or if it was already cracked a little bit. He was cracked. But
you were very excited.
Still very excited.
Well, what else is happening, Jess? You know Mars.
I know, and also love Mars. Mars and Oots should get together.
Yeah, not the planet Mars.
Oh, just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know. We're talking snacks.
Mars Retail is moving the M&M's Orlando store to the Walt Disney Resort. Yeah. They call this an M&M's experiential store. And this is Orlando is going to Disney Springs, which is outdoor shopping, dining, and entertainment complex located in Walt Disney World.
They have a lot of really cute shops there.
I would think something like this would do very well.
Well, they only have one. They might have multiple candy shops, but they have the Candy Cauldron. That was fantastic. They had a wall of jelly beans. I'm hoping they have a wall of M&Ms at this place because it's just magical when you see that.
Yeah, and they do a lot of merchandising around it. I'm sure there'll be, M&M pillows. There are M&M characters now and all of that stuff.
That are famous.
You could see maybe combining some kind of Disney packaging that's filled with M&Ms. Delightful.
Large representations of these guys walking around giving hugs.
Yeah, like you could have the characters at the store. Nice. Maybe a Disney princess filled with M&Ms or something. I don't know.
They make those.
Do they?
Yeah. We use mini M&Ms to help my niece understand potty training. She'll do things for one. Let me do your hair. You want one mini M&M?
Really?
She's not good at bargaining yet.
No, I'm not doing anything for one.
One mini M&M.
Yeah, it would just be a disappointment. Mars Retail says Disney Springs is one of the most popular retail destinations in the country.
I'd believe it.
Making it a perfect location for our new M&M's experiential store. Guests will be fully immersed into an interactive chocolate experience. I don't know if you swim in it or what happens.
Could you imagine that?
And it's going to create more moments and more smiles through the colorful fun of M&Ms.
That's cute.
It makes me want to go there.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll stop by there in our bus.
I think we should. Our little Twinkie tour bus, VW tour bus.
That'll be the best thing ever once we get that up and running.
I 100% think so.
Well,
that would make me feel like a real, like I've made it.
Yeah, well, we need more success before we can consider an old VW bus.
I come here and I talk to you guys. You guys recommend treats and I eat the treats. I'm there. This is all I want.
This is all you ever dreamt of.
This is all you ever dreamt of.
So I would say this one is a winner. It's one of the better things we've had.
I'm really impressed with it. I really like that it's different. I think that they went out of their way to make like a new treat experience because that's basically what you're looking for when you snack.
Yeah, there's really nothing I could compare it to.
It's made its own place.
That is a beautiful thing in the snack world.
And the Idaho Spud is a beautiful treat.
Yeah, sometimes unique is bad. This unique is very, very good.
This is like star quality.
Yeah. Well, I bought a box of 12. There's 2 left.
For shame. Wait, these weren't the 2, right?
No, we got 2 more. Don't worry about that, Jess. I wouldn't
He wouldn't have admitted
you
to it.
To 1.
I would never. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah.
So, if you guys ever have an idea of a snack we should dig into, an idea of any treat we compare against each other, please let us know. Contact us at thesnackauthority@gmail.com. Thank you again, Cindy, for this one. This is The Snack Authority. We want you to share us, subscribe to us, give us a 5-star rating for Ed and myself. Have a wonderful snacking week.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.